Dome Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the NBA. So y'all check this out. Well, yeah, I ain't been talking NBA too much lately. You know what I mean? Because early in the season, and the NBA, which is my favorite sport, I think, but it's been getting on my nerves lately. That's probably why I say I think. But over the years, the NBA is probably my favorite sport. And but it's things that happen, all this stuff, all these changes that they've made over the last 15 years or so. It's kind of getting on my nerves. I watch a lot of games, not just my favorite team and stuff like that. I watch a lot of games and stuff over the years, and I'm a league passer, so I get a chance to see what's going on throughout the whole landscape of the NBA. So let me touch on something. We know that Steph Curry is probably the undisputed best shooter of all time, just passing the most 3 points in history already, and he has years to go. He's going to probably put it, in where it's probably not going to be reached anytime soon. But with these rules and the fact of Steph Curry has changed the game, who knows? Because people, I'm going to get into why. But the bottom line is I think Steph Curry is probably the best shooter of all time. Uh, you know, but there will be some people from years past that would probably have arguments, right? And, let's make sure let's talk about Steph Curry first. Steph Curry is considered the best shooter. First of all, I got the most threes. Second of all, I can shoot them from wherever, right? It doesn't matter what distance. Right on the 3-point line, he could shoot it from the 4-point line, from the logo, wherever. We know that. I always like to say he can shoot it from the parking lot. The guy, here's the difference from him and a lot of the other ones. He can get his own shot, shoot it contested real well, and shoot it off the dribble real well. With the handles that he has, he can definitely get that shot off. Now, we're not going to talk about the other stuff about also, because shooting is just not distance shooting. Then we'd have to specify that. But he also can go to the hole and finish with both hands. And that's what Kyrie Irving is probably just a tick better than Steph Curry when it's talking about finishing around the hole. But they're both great, both hands. But I think Curry has him with shooting from distance. So, when you're talking about the best shooter, Curry is going to have that. But here's the thing. With Steph Curry and his age of shooting, there's not bad shots. He can shoot it from anywhere and ain't nobody going to say nothing. Years past, we had differences. You couldn't do that, especially if you had a good big down low and you shooting somewhere from the logo is a no-go. You understand? So now it's not a bad thing. You got because of Steph Curry. Now we got Trey Young, right? Damian Lillard. People just shoot. Even LeBron James, who couldn't shoot when he got in the NBA, shooting from the logo, right? Because it's not a bad shot. Now all of a sudden, there's no such things as bad shots now. Even early in the clock, right? Now in the NBA, we got a 3-on-1. The one that's got dribbling, he's the only one that's thinking about going to the hole. Everybody else is running to the 3-point lines, not trying to finish and get the sure 2 points. So things have changed. But the question is, has Steph Curry changed the NBA more than one person? And I would say Dirk Nowitzki. I don't think Steph Curry changed the NBA more than Dirk Nowitzki, right? I think our memories are too short. Now, I've told you about Steph Curry because I love Steph Curry. I miss Steph Curry games. Only person I watch more than Steph Curry right now is Russell Westbrook because I like his game. Shooting is not so impressive to me as being 6'3" and getting 10 rebounds and going to the hole and getting 10 assists and averaging 30 points, 10 and 10. Averaging 30, 10 and 10 a whole season for me is the most incredible thing, the most incredible thing I've seen in the last 10 years. For me, because I've been watching that long to know what that means. That's why when people come and talk about Westbrook and this and that, I ain't hearing it. Because no one is talking about 30, 10, and 10. And here's a person that can't shoot, he's been told, and a person who doesn't pass enough, he's been told. But I'm averaging 30, 10, and 10 and four times in a row, having a triple-double, and no one has ever done it since Bigfoot footage and your boy Oscar Robertson. So yes, I watched Russell Westbrook more than I watch Steph Curry. But Steph Curry is an awesome shooter, and I like the guy, right? But did he change the game more than Dirk Nowitzki? I would say slightly no. Not like a resounding hell no or none of that no, but no. I think Dirk Nowitzki changed the game more than Steph Curry did. But let's make sure this is clear if you're old enough to follow me here. Bottom line is, Dirk Nowitzki's 7 foot tall. Before Dirk Nowitzki got in the NBA, there was no 7 footer shooting threes. Okay? Just wasn't. You know, we might have one shoot one every now and then or something like that. 7 footer shooting threes. You had a couple of bigs that would shoot deep balls, like a Bill Laimbeer from Detroit Pistons back in the day. He would stretch the floor a little bit. You know, but all the other bigs, well, you know, they had mid-range games. My favorite player of all time, Hakeem Olajuwon, had a nice mid-range game. Patrick Ewing did. Even David Robinson had a little mid-range game, even though, you know, he shot his ball on the way coming back down. Wasn't as cool looking, left-handed, but it was all right. Rick Smits and stuff, you know, mid-range games. But, you know, bigs wasn't stretching the floors. Now, if they were had to, I know Hakeem Olajuwon would have been able to if that was the NBA of today. But they didn't. So when Dirk Nowitzki came to the NBA, people were laughing. They laughed at Don Nelson. They laughed at Charles Barkley, who seen him in Germany, right, early and said, somebody better get that dude. Laughed at him, you know, shooting threes. Dirk Nowitzki and his private trainer, Holger Geschwinder, trained him differently and had that 7-foot dude, right, shooting 50% from the field, 40% from the 3-point line, and 90% from the free throw line. So 50-40-30, 50-40-90, Dirk Nowitzki. And it was before his time. Bigs were not doing that at all. If you was 7 foot and you was coming in the gym talking about I'm shooting threes, they would have said, you know, big, you not in the NBA. Now, if he was at some club or some little small club, then, you know, you just happy that somebody 7 foot walked in your gym and you happy because ain't nobody else 7 foot around, then okay, maybe you would have got away with it. But not in the NBA at the time. It was an anomaly. And he came in and changed the way we thought the game could be played. Matter of fact, he opened up the floodgates for people to start scouting Europeans, right? So now he even had people change their shot, right? That one leg fall away. That's Dirk Nowitzki. The stretch four. Now that it's a term now, isn't it? It wasn't before Dirk Nowitzki. They should just call it DW or something, because it's the Dirk Nowitzki. A stretch four is Dirk Nowitzki. That's what that is. It did not exist before Dirk Nowitzki. So, with that being said, I think Dirk changed the game even more than Steph Curry did. Right now, we got people out there shooting and all that, but you didn't have no big lanky, I can't get into nobody's house without, you know, stooping through the door dudes running around, right, shooting threes. And me coaching, over the years I coached, you could be 6'4", right? You know, and you're going to have a low post game if you come through me. If you come through me, you're going to have a low post game. And you're going to be able to finish with both hands. Because that was imperative. Because you had a low post game in the NBA or any league. And that was what we made sure that bigs were capable of doing. If they could step out from time to time and shoot something out there in the 3-point range or long mid-range shots, every now and then, if you got a good touch. But at the bottom line, you're going to punish the defense down there and get your butt to the free throw line and get the other team in foul trouble. That's what that was all about. So Dirk came in and made people like, you know, bigs shooting from way out there, you better have a high percentage. And that's what he did. So I think he changed it even more than Steph Curry. And that's something to say. Now, both of these guys, right? Both of these guys are, let's say, top 30, top 40 players in NBA history, right? You know, we put Steph Curry up higher, right? But make sure it's clear, Steph Curry's not the best defender in the world. Dirk Nowitzki, they called him Irk Nowitzki when he came in the NBA because he didn't play any D. They left the D off, right? So he's not a great defender, right? And I just think that the very top of the list of those, the best of all time, should be both ways. Like, neither one of these guys are better than Hakeem Olajuwon. You see what I'm saying? None of them. Matter of fact, you know, well, y'all know what time it is. Hakeem Olajuwon is the best player ever to me, for me. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you my team, that if I would pick my team to play my first 5 of all time, I start that team with Hakeem Olajuwon in the middle. That's my first pick. Everybody else. After that, we can go. On my 4 is Dirk Nowitzki. Right? I know it's like Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, all these power forwards of the past. No, Dirk Nowitzki. Because I got Hakeem Olajuwon on the low block. Dirk Nowitzki gonna stretch. A young Dirk Nowitzki gonna stretch, and the 4 you got gonna have problems sticking with him because you can't foul him. Remember, 90%. You better follow him to the line, to the 3-point line, right? In mid range, you better do something. He can finish with both hands. And matter of fact, he's 7 foot, but he can take you off the dribble if you're slow. He'll take a Tim Duncan off the dribble. Not a Kevin Garnett though. Kevin Garnett can stick with anybody. That's a little bit different. But I would have Dirk Nowitzki on my 4. On the 3, depending on who you take, of course I would take LeBron, but if I couldn't get him, after that would be Scottie Pippen. Yeah, I know, Larry Bird, but if I got Dirk Nowitzki, I don't need Larry Bird, right? I don't need Dirk Nowitzki and Larry Bird because we're going to have defensive deficiencies there. And so I got Dirk stretching. So I got either LeBron, and if you got LeBron, I got Scottie Pippen on my 3. On the 2 is Kobe. For me, it's Kobe, right? That's me. And on the 1, here's where it gets tricky. I know a lot of people, and I'm Showtime all the time with your boy, Magic Johnson. But I would probably take Steph Curry on my 1. Just because of the simple fact of Scottie Pippen can bring the ball up. And somebody got to stay with Steph Curry. All over the damn place. Like you guard Rip Hamilton or Reggie Miller or something. Or Klay Thompson. Somebody just got to run around and figure out. So Steph Curry can be anywhere. His defender can't even play basketball. He got to stay with him, right? So that I got Pippen bringing it up, and I still got Kobe, Dirk, and then first of all, somebody got to stick with Hakeem Olajuwon, and can't nobody do it. In the history of the NBA, ain't nobody sticking with Hakeem Olajuwon, and here's the deal: he's sticking you. So that's why Steph Curry and Dirk Nowitzki would make my all-time team. And I'm going against anybody. I know your team. Everybody's team is going to be, I got Magic Johnson on the 1. I got Michael Jordan on the 2. I got LeBron James on the 3. I got Tim Duncan on the 4. And some of y'all going to be crazy enough to put Shaq on the 5. Right? And or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, don't forget him now. I'm telling y'all. But you'll probably put Shaq on the 5. I'm tearing your ass up with my team. Bottom line. Don't care what people tell you. Watch the game yourself. But at the end of the day, let's get back to the point. We'll be getting into that. Bottom line is, Steph Curry has changed the game, and the dude is awesome, and he put in the work to become the greatest shooter of all time. But I do think when you're talking about changing the game, I was there to watch Dirk Nowitzki change everybody's mind about 7-footers shooting in the NBA and about Europeans playing in the NBA. 2 major changes. Right? So I would have to go with Dirk Nowitzki changing the game a tad bit more than Steph Curry. What you think? Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.